Howdy folks, this is the Command Line Vulpine here, and welcome back to Let's Play Sapiens. We recently played this on the main channel, and the game had a demo out that only let you play 2 days of in-game time, which just wasn't enough to get like anything done, unfortunately. It was a really enjoyable game. It kind of combines your like Rimworld type survival game with that game Dawn of Man, where it's the ancient civilization and you're starting out in like the ancient era and you can sort of work up towards like the Bronze Age and stuff like that. As far as I've seen, that's what happens here too, but it's also like a updated graphics engine compared to what you see for a lot of these colony builder games. So it's actually really interesting. So let's dive into the full release. I say full release, it's still like an early access thing. Oh, I didn't mean to click continue. I don't even think is there a game to continue? Maybe it's loading the last time we played. Yeah, I think I like loaded into this just to like see what this biome looks like. That's not what we want though. I'm surprised that save game is still around on my computer somewhere. Oh, it's probably in the Steam cloud somewhere. Anyway, let's see. We don't need that. Created June 8th. Yeah, that was the old game. So we'll just generate a new world here. I do need to like name these worlds so I remember what they are. Call this the YouTube world, and we'll go with this seed. Why not create world? Like I don't know how to adjust those settings to get a world I might want a little bit more than others. Sapiens have been exploring YouTube. I didn't think about that. That's pretty funny. Got me. So we have to go a little bit slow on this screen. They might have fixed it, but it used to be that this screen would crash a lot just because of how complicated it is. So let's go look for a tribe here. We don't want like too few people. Like this is like a decent number of people. The problem is this terrain kind of sucks. This brown terrain is like bad for farming. And I think the white terrain is like not at all. So we'd only have this little bit to grow on. That'd be pretty bad. This one's better. Oops. It won't let us stay zoomed in at this level, which would be nice. This might be okay. I'm not seeing like a lot of trees here, which kind of concerns me a little bit. What about over here? This one's like very, very high elevation, but that one, we're starting in the middle of a dirt zone. I know we could like move a little bit, but it'd be a little bit difficult to manage. Now, this is a pretty big open field. Again, there's not a ton of trees there though. One thing we could consider is doing a jungle biome start. I kind of want to represent the game in like its normal form, which is not doing a jungle biome. However, there is like a lot more trees in the jungle biome. Look at this. Look how many trees there are down here. Oh, there's only 2 people there. It's like, that's a good spot. Nope, there's only 2 people. That is not enough. Tropical rainforest. We also got some ground. I wonder if we're like not going to have a lot of stone down here though. It seems like it's not as crashy as it was before. Is this still rainforest? Yes. Thought maybe we're going south. There is a lot more trees though. But I am wondering if there's not enough rock down there. Can't stop the rock. I feel like there's very little trees there. There is some in like these darker green spaces, but they're actually not that common here. Might be looking for a while. I'm going to pause it while I look for a while. All right, I think I found us something here. Actually, there might be one over here too. We have this. This is 4 people. They are like almost in the water with their start, but there's just vast open fields of rich soil here. So there's that option. Let's take a look at these 2. Oh, that's only 2 people. That's not going to work. That's going to be a little bit too hard. I like the river a little bit more, but this is fine. So let's do this one. 4 people I think is good enough. Oh yeah, this is a really good start. There's like a lot of trees here. I'm glad I took the extra effort to go try to find something. All right, so there is a tutorial thing going on. It'll help guide us once we get further in. For now, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. There's a lot of rocks down in this area down here too, so that's going to be helpful. But basically, we're going to move our people inland. We might go pretty far. I was thinking of like maybe doing it on like this grass here. This is pretty central, but it is pretty far away from like our trees and stuff. We want to be near these like food trees and the birch trees. So yeah, let's get this. A lot of rocks there, food here. I think we're going to kind of come in over here in this open field here. So what we'll do, click on this terrain. We're going to select more. We're going to select this hex pattern. It says 5 meters, but it's actually like, it's probably 3 across technically. But basically I want that kind of gather pattern. We'll just do that a few times here. Luckily, once we set it once, we can just kind of repeat it. There we go. That should encourage everyone to come over this way. A little bit of a hike from the starting location, but it'll be worth it. We definitely want to be near these food trees. And we got lots of pumpkins. We got some wheat for the more long term. Looks like we got some beetroot here. Yeah, this is a pretty good start. And then long term, we'll be able to kind of spread out to get better access to this rocks. I don't think you need water because like a lot of the civilization locations didn't even have water as an option. But I just kind of like having terrain indicators like a river to just orient myself. We're not near mountains. I don't know how difficult that might be, but it feels like this terrain here is like the same kind of thing as you would find on the mountainside, so I think we'll be okay. So we're just going to let them do this for a hot minute. But yeah, you can see we got quite a bit fancier of a rendering engine compared to a lot of the survival games, a lot of the survival colony builder type games. I don't know if this is like Unity or something else, but it's actually like 3D and everything, which is very different and it's refreshing. So we need to build some storage areas. So we're going to press Q to open that up. And this is the storage area indicator. We can just put it in the middle, I suppose. Basically need them to put away all this hay that they just gathered. And right now the hay is wet. But once it's in a pile, well, it might actually just dry anywhere. But it'll start to dry over time, and then we can use it for building materials. I'm not going to get too carried away with giving them too many different jobs. Just kind of let them knock out one thing at a time here. For the most part, once they're like almost done here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's drying even without being in a thing. Which is good. So we're going to need that for building stuff later. Actually, we'll be able to build bedrolls like immediately. The next really important thing is getting a bunch of branches. So let's select one of these, select more. When you're selecting things like branches and stuff, you can see on the map like where they are. And I do basically want to grab every branch that's on the ground. We might have a little bit of a branch problem here. There doesn't seem to be too many of them on the ground. I guess there's more over here that were out of range of that slider. We'll just grab the ones that are nearby. Still going to need the rocks that are nearby. Can't stop the rock. Basically, the same selection area is good enough. Just get a bunch of the basics piled up, and then we'll have them start doing some science. But yeah, you can get in real close. See what they're doing. Obviously, even though it is a fancier 3D system, it is still like simplistic graphics, but that means it's running pretty well. All right, so now they've got most of what they need. Let's have them start experimenting. So we're going to have someone experiment with branches. We're going to have someone experiment with rocks. We're going to have someone experiment with hay. And then that should leave us one more person who's going to do some hay building here. And give us some beds. Suppose it doesn't really matter where they're at yet. These are just temporary lodgings, so to speak, for us. Placing your sleeping spots in Rimworld before you can get a bed built. Luckily, they're not like... They seem to be like a lot... easier to keep happy compared to like Rimworld, at least in the current state of things. Like they're going to be able to sleep outside in the rain and then be fine the next day, unlike Rimworld where it basically ends the game if you do that. At least on a harder setting. So yeah, they're just finishing grabbing the last stuff, and then they should start experimenting. She's experimenting with the rock. Sleeping in bed. Sapiens will be happier if they sleep on a bed rather than on hard ground, so now we have enough hay stored. Let's build a few beds. Already ahead of you. For the beds to be completed, investigating to advance. That's what we're doing right now. This one's working with the branch. We're going to have to gather some food, too. I don't know if we should gather pumpkins or if we should gather our fruits. We have to be careful, though. Things are out really quickly. Which is why I do kind of want to see if we just got any more food going on. We got more beetroots. I think we have to figure out farming like sooner rather than later. You always think of farming as like, that's kind of like a late Stone Age technology. So why would we be doing that right away? I think in this game, you kind of have to do it quick. So I might prioritize that more than I would ever do. And hey, she discovered how to light fires. Ninolin discovered how to light fires. The rock napping thing is taking a lot longer. Tribe has discovered that heat is generated from friction. When you rub two sticks together, we can build a fire now. Okay, trying to keep them not super busy. Concerned about building a fire just because it uses up a lot of branches. Like, branches are going to be a real sore spot for us for a while. You can see she grabbed a bunch of branches just to work on the hay experiment. And we're getting the beds built. It's kind of neat, like each piece is like goes to like a specific part of a structure. It's not just like an arbitrary number of things into a number of pieces. It's kind of, you can see them use each part for each thing, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Let them do that. We'll get the fire going here soon. Then we'll have to gather branches, and then I might prioritize farming earlier. Oh, you know what? We got to gather like some food, so let's gather some apples right away. We'll gather like one tree at a time. I don't know exactly what the food system is, like how much we need to keep them happy. There is like a way to view the tribe and stuff, but it is this like happiness and loyalty. I don't think they have like a detailed system for like their hunger and stuff. I think you just have to keep them happy. So she figured out rock napping. By using one rock to hit another, your tribe has discovered that edges can be sharpened and some very useful tools can be made. So very nice. Which means we can build a crafting area now. So we'll build 4 little crafting areas. It wants us to light a fire. Yeah, I think they just need like 1 food a day. Like 1 piece of food per person a day. That's why we should probably just gather like 1 tree a day. Of course, that's only 3, so I might have to grab 1 more. Looks like we're going to need more rocks. Some of this is clay and not rocks. Which we can grab the clay. We don't really need it right now. As far as I've seen, I can only figure out a way to use it for decoration. Because I can make a clay plot for decoration, but I don't know if there's a way to turn it into something. Okay, they're just sitting around, which means I think there's not enough jobs, possibly. Let's gather 1 more tree. And we'll have the person who knows how to rock nap now. Oh, we still have to investigate hay. Let's let it finish investigating hay first before we start building tools, just so I can see like how many I need. I think it's always 4, no matter how many people you have. Hey, she got the resources back from that building at least. That's nice. So she discovered thatch building, and minimize that when I wasn't trying to. I was trying to pull this up. Each character learns things individually, right? So Lanema knows 2 things. She knows rock napping and thatch building. And Ninolin learned fire lighting. These other 2 have not learned anything. And yeah, that's why it's saying we can assign roles. Q, tribe, roles. Assign a sapien to any role. Oh no. I guess I'm going to unassign her and then Reassign her. You can use that to like train other people and other things, which you might need to do. All right. Crafting areas and tools. So, yeah, now we need the 4 stone knives and 4 stone axes. The knives are the important one right now. That's going to be way too much. Gather that area. See like how many branches they need for the fires. It's a lot. Not my favorite how many branches they need for that, and they got to refill it too. Like these jobs are getting further and further away to grab branches, so things might get a little bit hairy. We need more rocks. They'll also just go and gather things that they need without you telling them to. If they're not in storage, bringing it to storage just makes it a little easier. It wants us to build a thatch building. Sorry, I'm skipping through all that stuff. We read it all in the first look that we did in the demo. Always check out the main channel for that. And as is the case with this new channel, we're mostly just recording things to use as footage to use in the main channel. Around. I don't see any animals. Usually you see animals running around. Huh. Well, hopefully they show up later. That's kind of the other reason that like a river is handy. And like both from a real life perspective and a game perspective, the river kind of cuts animals off from being able to, and people I suppose too, from being able to cross to the other side. So you can kind of use the river as a way to funnel things towards you for better or for worse. Yeah, they're all just going out gathering sticks now. And it might take a while. Hey, she made the 4. She knocked that out pretty quick, actually. I thought that would take longer. I wonder if she has like a fast working perk or something. Musical. I suppose not. Yeah, see, like the fire's still like not full and we're still like out of sticks, but we need so many sticks to get a building made, which is what it wants us to do next. I might just build a really small building. Usually I build a 4x4 building, but I think it takes like way too many resources. Might wait till we can chop down trees. Now, eventually they settle down for the night, which might be what she's doing there. No, she just needed a break, I suppose. There might be no more things left to gather, though. So we're going to let someone else... Can they experiment with these? They can decorate with things. You can do that with basically everything. I think if I have them investigate the tree, they'll just chop the tree down. I want them to gather the seeds from the apples, but I guess we can't do it with apples, maybe. So maybe grab a pumpkin. Just starting to think that getting the food sooner rather than later is going to be a good thing. So yeah, you can see in the bottom left how it says this is rich soil, all this bright green, or dark green actually. Then there's like this mid green, that's just regular soil. Oh, there's a dead animal. It's very weird looking, but it's an alpaca. So yeah, we're living on land that I'd rather be farming on, but there's so much of it here that I think we're going to be fine. Could have built over here, but then we'd be really far away from the trees and stuff. We want to be near them. All right, let's investigate the pumpkin. They might just cook the pumpkin. Can pull out a plant. I don't know what that'll do for. Oh, excuse me. What that'll do for us, though. We do have an axe now, which means we can chop down a tree. We gather birch seeds. Might as well do that before we chop it down. There you go. There's some seeds. I don't think the birch seeds are for eating, though. I think they are for planting. And it might be a while before we need to plant trees, you know? Someone investigate the dirt. We actually dropped a lot of branches. I think when we played the demo before, trees were dropping like one branch when you search them for branches. So it's like really hard to get enough branches. Also, there wasn't so many birch trees. Like there's a lot more pines. And it says we're in a pine and birch area, but it doesn't really seem like we have. Yeah, now they're settling down for the night. You can tell because there's like jobs to do, but no one's volunteering. Some people are still working because they're like already working. I don't really want you to investigate this. Like you already know too much. That's kind of the problem, is if we make one person know everything, then no one's gonna know how to do everything else. You're her. I don't really want you to do this. Can we stop you from doing it? Oh, you know what? You're the only two that can investigate, though. The other two don't know how to investigate. Wonder why that is. We can teach things to other people. It's just, it'd be nicer if everyone knew a different thing. I guess that's why they're not doing anything, is because they didn't have any jobs that they could do. I can tell you one thing. I always need more branches. When in doubt, gather branches. Okay, no, they are settled down for the night, I think. And yeah, each box in our storage area can only carry one thing, which can be a little bit of a pain because once you have like a bunch of just random nonsense, like these birch seeds, like what am I going to do with those birch seeds? After a moment of inspiration, your tribe has found that by heating raw ingredients in fire, they can become tastier and easier to eat. So here you go. There's a roasted pumpkin, but I don't really know what the difference between something being cooked and not cooked is. It's weird that... Oh, I guess it's because she's the only one who knows how to fill the fire. You'd think anyone could bring branches to the fire, but I guess it's because she has the fire crafting skill. Those two woke up. Huh. Okay, now they're sleeping. I wonder why the other two like woke up at the last second. That's kind of strange. Oh well, it don't matter. Let's see. They do all have slept outside penalties, but they should also get well rested penalties because they have the fire. And yeah, you can know when it's like everyone's actually sleeping because the time will accelerate even faster. Yeah, usually they wake up and eat a bunch of food first thing, so. All right, we're getting more sticks. Yeah, she stayed up too late. Now she's exhausted. I know the feel. Just gonna whack the dirt here. Already out of things to do, huh? Got a pretty decent hay pile there. Let's see, I want to kind of see what the flatness of the land is here. No. Trying to keep everyone busy. We need to get our hut going. Don't know if they just learn passively, because they do have like some skill with like rock napping and stuff. The main thing is I'm going to want someone else who can thatch build. Like, I don't really care about the fire and stuff as much, but the thatch building, I definitely need other people to learn how to do that. And people can only have 6 roles too, it looks like, so definitely don't want one person to know everything. Okay, once that spot's clear, I'm going to digging. With the new knowledge of rock napping, hand axes can be used to more easily remove the topsoil, transport it elsewhere, and reveal what's underneath. Paths. Uh-oh. I didn't expect there to be clay under there. All right, let's start working on the building. Just thinking, gotta have the doorway. Then just make it a 1 square building, very, very small. That's actually too many jobs. I shouldn't have done that. That's going to cause issues. Actually, I'll just build 2. You know what? I don't like how they're like not working on connected pieces. I might be able to reconnect them, but I'm a little bit worried about knocking the 3rd wall out there. So he is trying to thatch build. I don't really know how it's going to go for him. Yeah, see how we're immediately out of branches. That's what I was talking about. That's why I'm not building a 4x4 one this time. It's just, it's too much. There still has to be a roof and everything too. But we are out of time for this video. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you did, remember, hit the like button, keep the conversation going in the comments, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Until next time, I hope you have a good day.